Hey guys, it's Adam. This is week 2. Sorry this video is late. I was at the lake yesterday and I got a little too drunk. I thought I was going to come back and do the video, but I wanted to sober up for you guys so that I could include everything that I wanted to. And I'm going to try to get through this. I've already tried a couple times and hasn't still worked so well, but I've got it a little more organized. I have notes, so this video topic for this week is about when and how you knew you were trans. Um, so I will start off with my birth. When I was born, my parents were told that they were going to have a son. And then they had me, their son. So it turned out all right, and it was just what the doctor said. But anyways, they had a lot of male clothing and male things for me when I was first born because they thought they were expecting a son. Um, so that worked out pretty well. But I always knew I was sort of different from when I was very young, like 3 or 4, like in pre-K. I was just very different than the other little girls, and I didn't like to be associated with them. Um, I didn't really understand. I didn't really comprehend gender difference. Well, I didn't really understand that I was different than my brother. I will say that. Not that I didn't understand gender difference. I didn't understand that I was different from men. Um, and I just thought that I was going to grow a dick like my dad and my brother. And I just had a little one and it would grow, um, which is really interesting. But that's right around the time when I was like probably 6 or 7, is right around the time when I started recognizing that what I thought and felt that I needed or that I wanted inside me didn't match up with how or what society and my parents expected from me. My mom wanted my hair really, really, really long. She would braid these elaborate things and dress me in these like crazy dresses and stuff. And I hated every minute of it. I just wanted to wear the same things as my brother. I remember being pissed for like Easter and stuff like that. My mom would dress me in this little Easter dress. My aunt would like make dresses for me. And my brother would wear like little shorts and a tie or something like that. And I was just like, I don't want to wear that. And it was just like, no. Um, and my mom also yelled at me right around that age for running around outside without a shirt on. So I started to realize I made this big separation between me and society, and I sort of I wasn't in denial. I knew that that wasn't me, but I made sort of a conscious decision to give them what they wanted to make life easy for me. So I sort of put up this big front, which was which made it really hard for my parents to understand and accept things later on. But I basically just gave them exactly what they wanted and what they expected, and I was me and took care of my stuff on my own time. Um, I played outside a lot as a kid. I played with a lot of boys. Like we were just, hanging out around the neighborhood, getting into trouble, stuff until like 2nd or 3rd grade, and then things got a little things got a little weird. The boys didn't necessarily want to hang out with like what they perceived as a girl anymore, and it was just really challenging. And my mom wouldn't let me cut my hair, which I wanted to cut since like I can remember. It's always been a thing. Like I was like, I always want my hair short, want it short, want it short, want it short. She was like, no, 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 no. So that was like a big thing. In 2nd grade, I dressed up for Halloween as a businessman, and my mom painted on a little mustache. I had a hat that I stuffed all my hair under. I went around with a little red briefcase. It was really exciting. Um, we would play lots of little games with lots of my little girlfriends that I had at the time. We'd play like Power Rangers and like very silly things like that. But I was always the male characters, and I don't ever remember them being like, "You're this." Like I just remember taking on those roles. I was like Tommy, the Green Ranger. It was just ridiculous things. Got my hair cut probably in like 7th grade. Finally, it took some time. Went from like down to my back to my shoulders to like my chin by 6th grade, and then 7th grade I got a bowl cut. Um, and my friends would introduce me, brought me to school after my bowl cut, and introduced me to like other people at school as Adam or Jesse sometimes. So it was really interesting. When I went to England with my mom that summer, all the people there said, commented on her son and how nice and well behaved I was, and I was a young English lad, and I really, really enjoyed that. I got so frustrated anytime my mom would try to correct them, and my mom eventually, like, just sort of gave up on it because she figured it wasn't worth it because they were people she'd never see again. But I was like so stoked to be known as like a young lad and to go like as I wanted to be, because I was wearing very masculine clothes at that point. Even when I couldn't, when my mom wouldn't let me buy clothes from the boys section, I picked like the most androgynous or masculine clothes out of the girls section. So eventually, like around that age, I would sneak out with um, my friends to like the mall and stuff like that, and my friend's dad would give us money, and I would buy like Jankos or like masculine T-shirts or whatever, and I'd come home with them and wear them. So I think my mom sort of recognized by then it was sort of like futile. So she'd just take me to the boys section and buy me the things that I wanted. Um, yeah, so 7th grade was like a big like turning point. It's when I was able to stop pretending to like all the things that they wanted me to like, and I started being myself. And in summer camp that year, one of my friends actually came up to me at one point and was like, "Was your mom on drugs when she had you and your brother?" And I was just like, "No, like my parents didn't do drugs. What are you talking about?" And he was just like, "Dude, well, obviously she was crackhead or something because you and your brother are mixed up. Like you should have been the boy and he should have been the girl," which I think is really interesting because it was very obvious to a lot of people that I was a lot more masculine than my brother and he was a lot more feminine. And I find it very interesting that in the vocabulary of the time, um, in like 7th grade, actually I don't even think that was 7th grade. I think that summer camp thing was like 6th grade, because I think that was the last year I was at that summer camp. Um, but yeah, so my friend had said that to me. And like Halloween's, I just dressed as a man from like 7th grade on. I was very, very introspective that year. I was really trying to figure things out. Like I knew I liked women. I'd known that for a long time. I was trying to figure out if I was gay. And the word didn't really feel right. Being a lesbian wasn't really how I felt. It's not that I thought that that was unnatural, but I did sort of feel like that, and it was definitely like unnatural for me. Um, I just felt like a man who liked women, and I was also convinced that I would never hit puberty. Um, and when that did eventually happen in high school, I sort of like flew off. I was really angry for a long time, and I still have anger issues related with those things. I was just furious. So yeah, like 7th and 8th grade was when I was staying up really late at night, or like getting up at like 1 in the morning, sneaking downstairs, putting pillows all over the modem, and going online and looking up things about homosexuality and stuff. And that's when I started seeing trans things, and that's sort of when I like came out to myself, pretty much. So that's when like I had the vocabulary. Oh, and I did want to say this. I was threatened when I was younger, like in like middle school and like elementary school, to be put on one of those Maury shows or something like that for girls that dressed like boys. But yeah, I guess my video's up, so peace.